Hi everyone, so I'm going to teach you how to do stringing, how to apply the string on the racket. So these are the typical famous strings that I use for stringing. Okay, Nano G for repulsion, okay, good smashing. Ultimax is basically for control, right? And this one BG65 is a thicker string, so for you to last longer. So these are the three most popular string that people would use, right? So you can forget about Aero Bright and BG85, all this kind of thing. Very rare people will use that nowadays. Okay, so these are typical strings, and of course you got all these kind of single pack strings also. So typically they are 10 meters long, right, in terms of preparation. So for human, what we do is, if you're using the rolls, okay, so you just do like from length to length, okay, one arm, from one arm to the other arm, okay, 6.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. Okay, so that's the guided length for you to cut off, right? Or you want to cut at 10 meters also can, or maybe 9 meters is good enough. Yeah. So again, no harm experimenting it. So applying a string. So I just use a racket. So I'm not using A-Strox 100. So this is A-Strox 100. Okay, famous racket right now used by Olympic champion. So somebody wanted to string a racket, so I'll just apply this. So how to apply the string? Okay, so we always start from the middle, at the bottom here. Okay, go inside. Pull it down. So this is the entry point. Okay, so I just swap it. Right, so just make sure that it's right in the middle. Yeah, sometimes you can make mistake. Okay, so it can go to another hole, okay, if you're not careful. Right, so from experience you roughly know that it is center enough. Okay, so in terms of the first length that you're going to pull is 3 times. Okay, because this is going to be the starting point for the machine to pull. Okay, so this is the stringing machine, and of course there are various stringing machine in the market, so depending. So for this kind of roll type, so I'll need about 1.5 meter, okay, at the starting point to pull. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so just pull 3. So now I start apply the string to the racket. Right, so this typically will take around 5 to 10 minutes. So depending on how fast you are, how good you are, how experienced you are in stringing. Okay, so remember, if you want to make some money out of stringing, it is possible, okay, but slowly. So let's say, for example, if you do maths, okay, you can do calculation right now. Take out your calculator. Let's say on average you do 2 rackets per day. Okay, multiply that by 365 days, conservative. Okay, and let's say the profit that you make is $10. Okay, so that's a whopping $70,000 at least for you to make money. If you multiply by 10 10 years 10 years. Don't say 20 years lah. So assuming you start at the age of 30 lah. Okay, then you finish off at 50. Okay, so if it's 20 years, you're talking about $140,000 of profit. Not bad, right? Watching TV, sitting down at home, and then making money. Correct or not? Yeah. 10 years is 70,000. 20 years is 140,000. That's a lot, Okay, so you can buy a car. Alright. So now the last one here is that typically all the rackets, they will have guidance. Okay, in terms of putting into the holes. So there are some guidance here. So the big holes, okay, are the intersection holes for the vertical string and horizontal string. Okay, this vertical, this horizontal. Okay, so you put it inside, so they'll guide you easily. So the other way is you can see, just make sure that they are aligned. Okay, there are some old rackets where they don't have guidance holes for the intersection. So just make sure that they are all aligned, straight. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, but sometimes you do make mistakes. Okay, right. So I already apply half, so I'm going to apply on the other side. So again, the string here, length here is about from here. This is the pulling part. So it's about 1.5 meters long. Yeah, so that I can apply it to the roller. Okay, for me to pull the string. Okay, so this is a roller, so that I can pull the string. Okay, so then I go to this side, the other side. Okay, so it's all, I always use Yonex strings because it doesn't get tangled so easily. You know, other brand of strings, you know, sometimes it can get tangled very easily. Okay, so and also it's very rough, so sometimes, you know, you may scratch the string, then you snap very fast while you're stringing. So roughly Yonex is much more reliable, better string. So apply on the other one. So what I do is I'll stop it, then I will go to this is vertical stringing. Right now this is vertical. Then I will stop it, and then I'll go to horizontal later. I'll show you the horizontal part. Okay, so just pull. If you need badminton coaching, you can contact me. Go to Extreme Power Badminton. Just Google for Extreme Power Badminton. So the website is right below here. Okay, share it with your friends. Okay, I'll come back with horizontal. So it's called. Okay, I've done the vertical string. So these are vertical. It's done already. So I'm about to go to horizontal part. Anyway, if you like red shuttles, get Sea Lion shuttles. It's lasting. The flight is beautiful. Okay, so you can get it from me if you want. Okay. So in terms of stringing horizontal, so what you do is you go in on the second, okay, second, or you can call it third vertical string. 1, 2, 3. Okay, standard, be it any racket that you have, third string. 1, okay, 1, 2, 3. The third one here. Okay, so this is the whole. Again, I try to go nearer. The third one. 1 string, 2 string, 3 string. The third string. First, second, third. Okay. So talk about knots. There are 2 knots and 4 knot system. Okay. So typically, right nowadays, all the rackets are all graphite. Stronger graphite now. They are better. So there's no point for you to go for 4 knots anymore. Okay. In actual facts, professional, you know, they also use 2 knots. Because in a typical tournament, they have about 500 rackets to string. So they don't have time to go for 4 knots. It takes up a lot of time. Okay, so they just go for 2 knots. The stringers will just go for 2 knots. Okay, the professional shouldn't be bothered because for them it's the skill. Okay, it's not about the racket. So when you play badminton, whether you're doing well or not, it's up to your skill. Okay, not the racket. Okay, so a human being, we have to adapt to the racket. Okay. So that's important, that's very, very important. So entering through the third vertical string. So again, you want to weave, up to you. You want to go down first or up first. Okay, so the technique is using 2 fingers. 1, 2. So go to the top. Just go down. Just weave it. Press it up and down. Okay, using your thumb and the middle finger. Okay. So once you experience, you roughly know where to stop already. So again, entering also using the third string. Okay, 1, 2, 3, third string, 1, 2, 3, third string. Be it whatever holes, how many holes you have, 72, 76, whatever it is. Okay, so this is standard, so it's irregardless. So the idea is to keep it simple as possible whenever you do stringing. Okay, so again, you take 5 to 10 minutes only. Okay, if you're talking about expert level. So remember to share this with your friends. Very important. So this one way of making money is sitting down watching TV, making money, right? So for stringing machines, there are various types of stringing machines out there in the market. So you can just buy, there's a manual one and there's an auto one. Okay, right now you can buy auto one better. So it's much more convenient, it's much more faster. Okay, and so sometimes depends on your luck, the stringing machine that you have, whether it breaks down or not. So if it breaks down, if the motor breaks down, then you bad luck lah. I've been using this for more than 20 years already. I don't have any issue. So fingers crossed. So lucky. Okay, so second string already. So again, depending on what type of player you are. Okay, some people, if the string is too short, you make a mistake. So what you do is you can go to the skip one string. So this is what Tai Chuing is doing. Okay, they're the Taiwanese top player. So she skipped one string like that. She skipped like that. Okay, so that you can see there's a gap. There's a gap here like this. Okay, this is her style. So this is stylo Milo. There's no effect whether you skip a gap or you don't skip a gap. Okay, so this is there's one gap here, right? Why not? So there's hole here, so I didn't put it inside here. So for normal players, what they do is, normal stringers, what they do is they just put as per normal. They just go through the next hole, right? They just go through the next hole. So they don't apply the gap. Some people likes the gap. It's only for fashion statement lah. So there's no big deal whether you're putting a gap, whether the feeling is nicer or not, and things like that. Okay. So for stringing, typically it's all about repulsion, the shock factor. Okay. So when you feel the shock factor, you feel good about playing, right? So the thicker string, there's no shock factor. It's very flat in terms of the feeling. So it's not so, what do you call, nice. Okay, when you play, you don't feel the repulsion, they call it. Okay, so just apply like that, simple, for the horizontal string. Okay, so just keep on weaving. You go for about 5 to 10 minutes and then you're done. Simple as that. So imagine if you string 2 rackets every day, for 10 years, so you'll be making, about $70,000. If you string for 20 years, okay, it's $140,000, my friend. So if you need any badminton coaching, let me know. Anybody need stringing, let me know. Share with your friends on this. Okay, the website is below. Alright, so later I'll teach you how to apply the racket to the stringer. Can? Boleh? Can? All also can? No problem, right? Yes? Okay, refer your buddies to me for badminton coaching. The website is below. Okay? Alright, enjoy yourself. Okay, welcome back. So I finished weaving, applying the strings onto the racket already. So now I'm ready to pull the strings, okay, onto the stringer. Right? So what I do is I'll put the racket on top. Okay. So again, different stringing machine got different methods. So some have four holders. This one is only 2 holders. Nowadays, again, the rackets are very stable. They're very strong, graphite rackets. So there's no point for you to need 4. Okay, 2 is good enough. Some people they want it 4 because of tennis rackets. They want to use the stringing machine for tennis rackets. I'm only using this for badminton, not tennis racket. Okay, even though this machine can also take tennis racket. But you got to be careful, because when you buy the machine, sometimes you don't have the luck, it may spoil early, fast, because if you're buying it for tennis rackets, it needs to pull higher tension, right? So the motor may not last, yeah, depending on your luck. Okay, I bought this since day one, more than 20 years, and I'm still using it. Okay, can do, right? So let's put the racket on top, right in the middle. So sometimes again you may put to the wrong hole, huh? So just make sure that you put it correctly, right? So you need to have a gap here so that, you know, the racket frame will go in just nice, huh? So when you buy these things here, so make sure that it covers the frame so that it doesn't scratch the frame. That's very important, huh? Take care of the racket. So apply on top. Okay. Take this racket away, huh? Okay, apply this one on top. You can do it one at a time also, huh? What you do is you screw it up, screw it tightly. Okay, screw it tightly. Yeah, about 90% tightness, as long as it doesn't move. Very important, huh? So, and also this one here, make sure that the bottom part is also screwed tightly, huh? Loose it first and screw it up very tightly. So the idea here is that it doesn't move, okay, vertically. Okay, so this one at the back also, push it back here. Okay, push it backward. Yeah, pull it back so that the shape holds nicely. Huh? That's nice. Tie it up. Okay, spin it up tightly. Very important, huh? Because if it's not tight enough, this thing will come back, and then your racket will be out of shape. Okay, so this holder is very important, huh? Again, apply tightly. Even though these two are tight, if this is loose, it will still come back, because when you pull the racket, you know, the tension is quite high. It's quite strong, the tension. So apply it nicely, sturdy, so that the thing doesn't move. Okay, doesn't jerk around. So in terms of clamps, there are many various clamps out there in the market you can buy. Normally you get it from the supplier themselves. Okay, the string supplier. Just tell them that, okay, I need 2 clamps, or you buy 3 or 4 clamps for backup purpose in case, you know, the clamp spoiled or it's not firm enough. Okay. So now applying the first knot. Okay, very important, huh? So the knot will go into the intersection side of the string. This is vertical, this is horizontal. That's where you can find a nice hole for you to enter. Okay, vertical, horizontal, meeting. Okay, vertical, horizontal, meet up. Okay, so this is the only gap. So if you want to count, again, it's also from the second string. 1, 2. 1, 2, second string. 1, 2. Okay, go into the second string. So different stringers, they have different methodology. They may go further down. Alright, but for me, I'm keeping it simple. Second string. So the knot, so basically you just put about 1, 2, 3 inches long. So apply the knot to the vertical side. Okay, so I'll go in. So again, you can zoom in slowly. You can see I'll go in. Okay. You slowly follow. So practice makes perfect. So apply the knot. Okay, then come out. Okay, come out here. Then you go into the hole. Going into the hole. Yeah, so there's a big hole here. So initially you may not get used to it. Once you're used to it, you're okay. Okay, so normally you apply 3 knots or 2 knots, up to you. Okay, for me I apply 3 knots for pulling purpose. So again, I go down 1 and go to the hole slowly. 2, go up to the hole, pull. Okay, so the knots also Very important to tie it nicely. You must experiment this, okay? Because if you don't tie a proper knot, it will scratch the string, okay? Then you have to restring all over again. Reapply the string again. Frustrating, huh? But you have to go through this cycle anyway. So this is the third knot. Just pull it like that. Okay? That's it. So the string, you can adjust the stringing machine can adjust the tension, what tension you want. Again, different machine, Li-Ning, Yonex, Victor, they have a different so-called calibration of tension. You know, all you got to do just to get used to it. It's always plus 1 or 2 pounds different, depending on what machines that you have. Okay, so pulling, how to pull. I'll show you the pulling later. Okay, we start the pulling. So sometimes because of the strings, it may create pain on your fingers. So what you can do is you can buy this kind of a rubber from shops, okay, to protect your finger and also to get the friction of pulling. So some of the manual machine is a cranking machine, so you don't need this one because it just pulls straight. Okay, some are roller type, so this is a roller type, so it may hurt your finger a little bit, so you can just apply this kind of rubber thing, right? So, and some are clamp type to pull. So depending on the machine brand that you buy, this is cheap. It's only a few $100s, and of course the problem is the logistic may be more expensive. You know, it can come to as much as the stringing machine itself. Okay, this is a tabletop, portable tabletop machine. So you don't have to buy too expensive one. You buy expensive one, that one maybe you can use it for tennis. Okay, fair enough, you can make more money. Okay, but I'm using this for badminton racket only. Okay, so pulling. So you set your tension to pull. So I'm using a rotor type. Okay, so I'm going to go 2 to 3 rounds or 4 rounds or 5 rounds, up to you, whichever that you're comfortable. Okay, just pull. So hear the sound. So make sure it pulls nicely. You hear the sound, the pulling sound, right? So what you do is apply the clamp. So this you have to do patient. So first make sure that the tension stays, and then you apply the clamp. Right? That's the first one. Okay? Don't get confused. Okay? Don't go apply the clamp, then you pull. Then the string will be, the tension will be gone. No tension. Okay? So then after you apply the clamp, you off it. Okay? Practice makes perfect. So this is the first pulling. Okay? The second one. Pull again. So pulling is typically, it's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes, so depending on how fast you are. Again, at pro level, you know, so they have 500 rackets in a tournament, so they just have to do 2 knots, a quick one, and that's it. So the idea here is to keep it simple as possible, okay, when you're stringing, right? Because you may have a lot of rackets to come. Okay, next time you're going to string it, so just do a simple stringing method, okay? Don't have to be too complex. Don't have to go to 4 knots, you know. It's a waste of time doing 4 knots, because whatever it is up to the player, okay, not the good racket. If you have good racket, the player is lousy, it's hopeless. So again, it's very important to train almost every day in order to be consistent. Let's say you're at the national level, they train 6 times a week, you know, 6 days a week, okay, and at least 2 times a day. So there's 12 times of training. That's a lot of training. Imagine how many times you train. Okay, you need to train once a week. Okay, how to become at their level. So minimum, you want to be a good player, you have to train at least 3 times a week to be a real good player, competitive player. Okay, this is what I do last time. Right, I won the Canberra Open in Australia, not in Singapore. Canberra Open in Australia. So again, you pull, that's it, simple. Right? So regarding the grommet, the grommet, some old rackets, they have lousy grommet. Typically old rackets, you know, let's say it takes 3 years racket, you know, the grommet was spoiled. Okay, so some good rackets, the grommet will stay. So those rackets, after 3 years, by right, the owner should have changed the racket already. There's no point keeping your racket for too long, unless the racket is a good racket. Let's say, for example, if it's Z Force and above, Z Force, Z Force 2, Astrox racket is okay. So they have good grommet. Any other brand, all lousy grommet, and it's a pain for the stringer to change it. Okay, it's very, very painful. So there's no point. Just buy a new racket and that's it. Okay, don't be stingy. Buy a new racket. So you need a new racket, you let me know. Okay. See, I can supply you this cool racket, latest model lah. Okay, but then after a few years time, this is considered old racket already. Okay. So just pull. So mistakes happens initially when you pull racket, so it's normal. So sometimes when you reach to the middle, what you do is you want to loosen it up. So use your fingers at the middle here to push it out, okay, from the T-joint. Alright. So again you pull. Get a good sound, tick 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 sound. Okay, let go, relax. So now we're reaching to the middle already. Very fast, right? So I learned this from Indonesian and Malaysian stringer, all experts. Okay, they string for tournaments. So again, it's a patient thing, you know. You want to be good, you have to practice. Practice makes perfect. Okay, all these notes are very important to keep, right? So again, you may watch the video again and again to learn. Okay. So typically, if you use Yonex string, you get less headaches. Okay, you use other strings, get more headaches. Okay. So you got to encourage your customer. You got to set some authority to tell them that okay, go for your next string is better, easier to string. It doesn't get tangled up easily. All this through experience, practice makes perfect. Okay. So now I'm pulling the vertical portion, right? So what I do is I come back for the horizontal portion for you. Okay, that's how you learn. So again, share with your buddies. Visit extremepower.org or Google for Extreme Power Badminton. Right? So if you want to learn stringing, you let me know. I'll teach you one time. Okay? From then on, you can practice yourself and you become a better stringer. And also earn good money from it. Alright? So it's a relaxing job. Like a part-time job. Just do whenever you're free. Okay? So you go through referrals, you go through advertising, you know, so you get more and more rackets to string. That's how you make more money. Okay? Okay, welcome back. So I'm finishing my vertical now. Right? So this is my last string, or vertical. Okay. So for beginners, I would recommend you to have a backup clamp, right? So that you can clamp at the back of the main clamp. So this is a backup clamp, right? So that sometimes when you make mistake, this is loose. So at least the backup is still holding the tension. So you don't have to start all over again. You know? So the backup clamp is important for beginners. I'm an expert, so I only use one clamp. Okay, instead of two clamps. Right? So again, depending on the tension. So let's say for example the tension goes beyond 30. Some crazy people, they want to go high tension. Right? So you go high tension, you need two clamps to hold it steady. Very important, so that it doesn't run away. Okay? And with regards to tension, some people, they are not even advanced players, they want to go to 30, which is very high. Normally you feel the high tension at 27, 28 already. Okay? So your backhand will suffer already, you know. So don't have to go for too high tension. Professional, they use high tension because their hand is stronger than us, 3 times stronger than us. Okay, that's why they require high tension. Okay, so if you're not a professional player, you don't need high tension. Okay, super high tension. Okay. So now we are going to the horizontal string portion. Okay. So again, if you don't tie the knots properly, remember the first knot, you don't tie it properly, it's going to scratch the string. Okay. Then the string will burst. So sometimes, if you want to take precaution, especially for high tension rackets, so what you do is you use a candle. Sometimes people string got smell one is because of the candle. So you apply this candle here, just like that, the front and the back, and that's it. Okay, so that create less friction. Okay, so pull. See, your next string is easy. It's not difficult. Right, other string may have problem. So again, the knots is also critical. The type of knots that you apply. So again, we watch the video, okay, to see how to apply the knots. Right. So with regards to the tension, sometimes people may like to have vertical, let's say 30, horizontal 31. So it's up to individual, but I see no need. Okay, 30 and 30 is good enough. Again, it depends on your skill of playing. Okay, not the tension. It's not going to help you. Alright, so when the racket bursts, if you're hitting around the frame area here, okay, it's going to break no matter how new the string is. Okay, bad luck. Okay, if you hit consistently in the middle all the time, the string will not break so fast. Okay, unless it's a lousy string. Okay, it gets cut. Alright, so sometimes you wonder, how come this is a new string, how can it break so easily? Or because of a missed hit. So a lot of cases, when people hit at 90% level, 90% people hit here, sure break one. Okay, because the impact goes through on the side. It's very high. The tension is very high, so it breaks very easily. Okay, so that's why racket string breaks so easily, even though it's a new string. Right? Don't be surprised, Again, just apply it, okay? So just pull hard, okay? So just use good string, easy for you to pull, right? So once you come to vertical, horizontal is very easy already. Okay, so I'll teach you how to apply the second knots later. So this first knot just now you already seen, right? So I'll show you the second knot later. So again, need badminton coaching, Extreme 4. Google for Extreme Power Badminton. Okay, share with your friends. Okay, come back. So now I'm already doing the horizontal stringing. So I'm taking off the clamp. So I don't need the clamp. So for convenience sake, that's why we have this roller here, okay, to spin the racket, okay. So we don't want this to obstruct our body, okay. So what we do is put it to the other side, okay, put to the other side and pull. Of course, you're not going to see my handsome face, friend. Pull the other side so that it's pointing towards the other side, okay, for the badminton grip. It's pointing to the other side. Again, we pull. Again, some people machine, what they do is they do single string pull and double string pull. Okay, just now you can see that I just toggle the racket, it's a single string pull. Okay, so the tension doesn't vary much actually. So let's say for example people 30, they want 30 pounds. So because we are doing a double pull, okay, double string pull, so what we do, we can put 31 pounds for them, okay. So again, it depends on the calibration of the machine, whether you're Yonex, you're Li-Ning, or you're Victor, So these are the so-called popular brand at this time and age. So maybe if you see this video 20, 30 years, so there'll be a new brand already. maybe it's extreme power badminton. Okay, so I'm doing double pull, one here, one here. Okay, so it doesn't matter, right? So it's not the tension doesn't run away. Okay, so it's the player that counts. Okay, it's the quality of the player. Okay, that's important. So if your tension is high, any high tension racket is good enough. Okay, so again, 1, 2. Okay, so it's a double pull. Not a single pull. Okay, so I can also show you the single pull. Alright, so now I take single pull. So what I do is, see, this is one here, right? So I can pull like that. It takes a lot of time because single pull is double the effort. Okay, so this is one single pull. One pull. So it's obstructing your body, right? Then you can go to the other side, change the racket to the other side, then you pull again. Right? It takes more effort, longer time to pull, so it's not productive. Right? See? So this is a single pull again. One pull. Okay? Yeah? So it takes more effort to do single pull. Right? Almost double the effort. So no point wasting time. So it's the same anyway. Yeah. So I'm back to double pulling. You can see a mistake just now, but it doesn't matter as long as you can hold the tension. Okay, just pull it again, you'll come back. Okay, so I come back with the knots. Okay, I'm finishing already. Okay, so we're going for the second knots, going in later. So this is the final pull. So it doesn't matter. Sometimes you got this kind of blockage for your clamp to go in. Doesn't matter. You cannot have a full clamp. Just do 2 clamps is good enough to stay there. Okay? You won't run away. Don't worry. Don't panic. Right? Now the careful thing is that for all rackets, when they come to intersection string between the vertical and the horizontal, that's where the scratches will happen. Okay? When the grommet is lousy, so it's going to scratch your string around this area. So you're going to waste your string. Okay? So that's why it's always good for you to advise your customers to change rackets. It's always a pain to change the grommet, whole grommet. Right? It's very, very painful. Any racket that's 3 years old, forget it, just change it. Okay? No point. So now I'm going to teach you how to apply the final knots. Okay? So the first knot I apply here, right? So it's on the second string. String number 1, string number 2, vertical, right? So same thing. So some people put on top for the final knot, the second knot. Okay? So this is a 2-knot system, right? So some people put at the top, but I put here, same string. Don't worry, it will not break because the rackets now are very strong. Okay? So this is where it's easy for me to find the gap and the hole. Okay? It's very easy, very easy to enter. See? Very easy to enter, right? So you find other holes, it's very difficult to enter. Right, just pull it out. Okay, what you can do is just cut it off about 6 inches or 7 inches away. Alright, so and then you can apply it to the vertical string. Up to you. You want to apply horizontal or vertical, doesn't matter. So vertical string, right, going down. This is the second knot, closing knot, and up. Okay, slowly again. Up, Okay, so go into the hole. Okay, pull it once out, then pull it in, out, in, like that. Okay, so again, practice makes perfect. Huh? So again, one more. 1, 2, going through the hole. Going through the hole again. Right, going through the hole again. Secure it tightly. Out, in. Okay, 2 knots is good enough. Okay, so that's it. So release your clamp. So cutting the string, careful. Sometimes beginners, they can cut the string away, poof, gone. Right? So just cut at the top of the frame here. Easy. Okay? At the top of the frame here. Easy. What you do is again, you're done. So just do this thing so that the string will align back straight. Okay? So that it doesn't run away. That's it. Simple as that. Remember, share with your buddies. Anybody need coaching on stringing, you let me know. Let Sifu teach you how to string. Okay, my friend? And anybody wants to learn badminton, let me know. Share with your friends. So these are the secrets of how to make money through stringing. Okay? Okay? Google for extreme power badminton. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the show. Is this cool or not? Yeah, everything is clear, so just practice regularly. Okay, practice makes perfect. Even like coaching also, practice makes perfect. Okay, thank you.